going to be talking about leadership and management. I got most of my information from the business book. So this speech is basically going off of, do you see yourself more as a leader or do you see yourself more in management? So are they the same thing or are they different? So most of us have worked within some type of an organization at some point in our life where we have leaders and managers, okay? So I'm a registered nurse. I work on a med-surg floor that has nurse leaders, and then we have managers. So they have different roles within the organization. So the first thing we're going to talk about, okay, so what is a leader? So leadership is the act of leading a group of people or an organization. Leaders tend to help develop the vision and help implement the vision, okay? So what are some characteristics of a leader? So they can coach and guide, they empower your team, they have a vision and direction, they'll show you how, and then they tend to take more like risks, okay? They want to see if it works, how to make it work, okay? So how can you be an effective leader? They define the outcomes, but then they help the individuals with those talents achieve that goal. They know that the strengths and weaknesses of their employees, and they help use those to their advantage to help reach that goal. So then what is a manager? So some of the characteristics of a manager is that, so they help dictate, they help delegate, they focus on more short-term goals, they have a plan and they have a purpose. Whereas like your leaders are more your implementers. So managers also, they are more so to tell you what to do instead of showing you what to do, okay? They avoid risks. They usually stick to what they know works, whereas your leaders are more of your, let's try it out and see what works. So how can you be an effective manager? Clear communication, that's huge. Holding employees accountable, getting involved to be part of a team. You want to roll your sleeves up and get in there. You know, you want to see the processes that your employees are taking so that way you can see what better works. You want to hire the right type of people so that way you can have the right kind of team members to achieve the goals that you have set. So why do we have both leaders and managers? Well, because none of us are as smart as all of us. Okay, we all have different skill sets, things that we're strong in and things that we're not strong in. And when we combine all of those, we can achieve the goals that we set as an organization. So great organizations, they recognize the value of a team. They know that the importance of those teams working together in order to achieve our goals. Knowing that the different types of leaders and managers, they all have their strengths that they can bring to the table. As employees' skills strengthen and they grow within their professions, you want to mold your employees to be your predecessors, to ones that will replace you as you go off and you retire. You want to make sure that you can form managers and leaders that will replace you to keep that organization growing. So there needs to be a common goal. So having a good manager and a strong leader means being accountable and responsive to your team's needs. It's empowering your team to grow in their skill sets and to keep their career goals on track and to be the best that they can be. So as I leave you today, I want you to kind of think about your own personality. Do you see yourself more as a manager type role where you're not quite as hands-on, or do you see yourself more as a leader where you're trying to lead your group of people to achieve the goal of your company? So thank you guys for listening to me talk. I appreciate you. That's all.
So how do they know that you talked to 5 people?
Because y'all are all on video.